Okay, so you're thinking about maybe investing in Ethereum.
It's certainly a hot topic these days.
For sure. And we've got this report here all about Ethereum.
Right.
And whether or not it could be, a good investment. And that's our goal for this deep dive. Let's just break it down.
Sounds good.
Help you make a smart decision, right?
Absolutely. Informed decisions are key, especially in a space like crypto.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So this report doesn't waste any time. It comes right out and says Ethereum is definitely considered a good investment.
Bold statement.
Right. Yeah.
But you can kind of see why. I mean, you look at the returns.
Okay.
Over 10,000% in just the past few years.
10,000%. I mean, that's...
It gets people's attention.
Yeah, it gets my attention. But, I mean, we have to remember that past performance isn't, not a guarantee of future results.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah.
And especially in crypto.
Right.
It's a volatile world.
Yeah, volatility is a kind of the name of the game when it comes to crypto, right?
Yeah. Exactly. You look at the price chart for Ethereum and you see some pretty dramatic swings.
For sure. So big potential rewards, but gotta keep that risk in mind.
Yeah.
Okay. But before we even, get too far into like the risks, I'm curious, what is it about Ethereum? What's driving those returns?
Well, it's important to remember that Ethereum, it's not just a digital currency.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just Bitcoin, right? It's a platform. It's this platform where developers can build what are called decentralized applications. We call them dApps for short.
Apps, okay.
Yeah, you can almost think of it like, like the App Store, but for a new kind of internet.
Okay. So, like, what kinds of things are we talking about here? What are these dApps actually doing?
Well, imagine a lending platform. You borrow and lend money directly from other people, no banks involved.
Okay.
Or picture this. Imagine a digital marketplace for artists, right? They can sell their work, no need for those, the big galleries, the middlemen, the fees, all of that.
Yeah.
These are just, a couple of examples of what dApps can do. And it's all powered by Ethereum.
Wow. Okay. So this is starting to, make a little more sense as to why people are so excited about Ethereum.
Right.
But I guess I'm still a little fuzzy on how these dApps actually translate into real value for Ethereum itself.
So every time someone uses a dApp, right, they have to pay a small fee. They pay it in Ether.
Cool.
Ether is Ethereum's cryptocurrency. So it's almost like fuel for the network.
Okay.
The more these dApps get used, the more demand there is for Ether. And that, of course, that can drive the price up.
So the success of those dApps is directly tied to the value of Ether.
Got it. But I know a lot of people, they talk about how this technology, it's really complicated. Can you break it down? I mean, just, the basics, but without getting, too in the weeds. Yeah, one of the core ideas behind Ethereum is this thing called a smart contract. And basically, without getting too technical, it's this piece of code. It automatically executes, right? But it only does it when certain conditions are met.
Okay.
Like, let's take that lending platform we talked about.
Right.
A smart contract could say, okay, well, as soon as the borrower puts up their collateral, boom, the loan gets released automatically.
So there's no need for a bank or a lawyer or somebody to oversee it?
Exactly. Cuts out the middleman.
Okay.
More efficient.
That's amazing. That's revolutionary.
Yeah.
Okay. What about, I know there was a lot of talk about Ethereum switching to proof of stake. What was all that about?
Yeah, so that was a really big change in, how Ethereum works. So it used to use the system called proof of work. That meant that these really powerful computers had to solve these super complex math problems to validate transactions.
Okay, and so what was proof of stake?
Yeah, so proof of stake is way more energy efficient. It's better for the planet.
Well, it's a good thing.
Definitely. And a lot of people think that proof of stake is going to make Ethereum more appealing to these big institutional investors, right?
Okay.
The ones who care about sustainability and things like that.
Right.
And it has the potential to make the network faster, cheaper. So even more dApps get built on Ethereum, right?
Okay, so we've talked about a lot of positives.
Yeah.
What about the risks? We mentioned volatility before, but what else should people be thinking about?
Competition is huge. I mean, there are a ton of other blockchain platforms out there. They all want those same developers, the same users.
Right. Makes sense.
And there's regulation. I mean, governments around the world, they're still figuring out how they want to deal with cryptocurrency, right?
Yeah.
And any new rules could have a big impact.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's bring it back to our listener, right? They want to know if Ethereum is right for them, as an investment.
Right.
What are the big takeaways here?
I mean, I think, it's clear that Ethereum is more than just like a Bitcoin alternative.
Okay.
It's this whole platform with all these different applications that can, really be useful in the real world. And that's a big part of why it's valuable.
Right.
But I mean, like we said, crypto is volatile.
Yeah.
There's competition. There's regulations to think about. So the real question for you as a potential investor is, how much risk are you comfortable with?
Right.
And how does Ethereum fit into, your big picture, your overall investment strategy?
Those are the questions.
Yeah.
That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah. Well, we've given you a lot to consider. Keep researching, stay informed, and remember, knowledge is power.
Absolutely.
It really is, especially in this world. So that's it for our Ethereum deep dive.
Thanks for having me.
Really appreciate you breaking it all down for us.
Happy to do it.
We'll see you next time.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, so you're thinking about maybe investing